Right now, a lot of people are having a very hard time with this idea that you should pay your dues. This is a topic that has recently gone viral on X, formerly Twitter, where people are saying, no, we should not have to pay our dues at jobs that don't actually go anywhere. Whereas other people say, no, you entitled Zoomer brats. You have to understand that these jobs that you don't want to do, like working in the service industry, working at Panda Express or working at Chipotle uh, for $30,000 a year, 35,000 US dollars a year. These are in fact stepping stones to real jobs, real careers, and you should be grateful. And so there's these talking back and forth, talking past one another, crosstalk situation. And I'd like to teach you to think about how to take sides in a way that feels good. This is not something that's often talked about because usually we adopt the opinion of our tribe or our group. Now, the issue becomes in membership in multiple tribes. So let's say you are an entrepreneurial type and you have been self-employed for a very long time successfully. And one of the reasons was that you did not find a ladder up into an organization that you wanted to work inside of your career. Well, let's further say that you had several odd jobs when you were younger. Maybe they didn't pay real well, but you learned a lot about perhaps how to sell, how to engage in quality customer service, how to manage multiple projects, how to manage money, how to take care of yourself, maybe how to save up money, how to budget and spend wisely. Which side do you take in the pay your dues debate? It's not so obvious, is it? Well, what if you took both? There is an idea in philosophy in that there is a synthesis that is made up of a thesis and an antithesis. You get to be the one who creates uniquely the third side, is what I'm saying. Go from two sides to a debate to three sides. Now, understand, there are some binary games where there's a winner and a loser, like elections in the United States. It's going to be the Republican Party or it's going to be the Democratic Party. And depending on whether you live in a district that leans Republican or leans Democrat, or it's a toss-up pretty much every time, taking a third side in that situation does give the advantage to one of the other two sides. But there are other games to play that are not zero-sum like that. And often they're discussions. And often most people don't know what side to take. Roughly 1/3 of the US electorate any given year identifies as independent. 1/3 Republican, 1/3 Democrat, 1/3 independent. Now, these are extremely low resolution percentages, but I want to point out that there's a third person, if we're talking about three people, who aren't really convinced by either of them. They're kind of just waiting to pick a side. Well, let's see what candidate they offer up and then I'll decide. Well, you can be the offered up candidate. You can be that third side. So let's say the one side says paying your dues is a scam and it's a lie. They're trying to convince people to take these low paying jobs. The other side says, no, I took on those low paying jobs and they're stepping stones to something greater. You're not better than hard work. Everyone had hard jobs growing up. Suck it up. Okay, those are the two sides. What would the third side look like? Well, imagine you took them both seriously. What would that look like? And by the way, this is an exercise for you to think about how to create a synthesis, that third side that can get the people who are undecided and don't know. And maybe even you can peel off some people from either of the two camps as you share your perspective on this. Now, you could think to yourself, well, the real issue is not with the stepping stones. The issue is there are just stones that are advertised as stepping stones. Really what they are is a short path to nowhere. Now, big business that does control media, that controls messaging, that has impact on education, and therefore all the messaging that goes to young people is good at advertising these stones to nowhere. In much the same way, you would agree that most college degrees do not get people into the line of work that is promised. The college benefits from people paying money for the degrees, obviously, but they have no stake in career paths, career success. They just want your money. So you can introduce the third side is to think about incentive structure. Companies want as many people as possible to work for as little as possible. The workers, most people are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve greater. What people are not willing to do is be lied to. So now you have the third side, which is accepting entitlement is not great. There's wisdom in hard work. And also rising up to the level where you can work in a extremely low status working class job 80 hours a week to earn a little bit above the median family wage in the United States. And it will take you 10 to 15 years to get there. Working well below the median. There are people who will accept that. But what we cannot accept is lying about it. Lying about what the work is really like, lying about how hard it really is, lying about how long it takes to get there. Because remember, the big business structure has the ability to mass persuade people to believe certain things that benefit them at the expense of the people. Universities with billions of dollars in endowments versus a 17-year-old kid from Des Moines, Iowa with big dreams and a lot of naivete. Who would win? It's not even a fair fight, is it? So you can be the one who takes the side of truth, choice, freedom. These things that are perceived as higher ideals, higher principles than those who are arguing. So it's a way for you to scout the high ground by taking seriously and incorporating the concerns of both of them. And then you lead to a higher concern. This is how to find the third side. This is how to win every argument without fighting it. Because if you understand what both sides of an argument want, then you can pace with people, showing them that you understand what they are concerned about, and then lead them to a better way of thinking. And what does that make you? That makes you a leader. Meaning you've done what? Meaning you've done a little bit of daily persuasion. If you like this episode, make sure you're subscribed. I would like to hear how you have tested this out today. So, give it a quick test. This two sides to a debate. You find the third side. You take, in fact, the principled high ground in the debate. And I have a feeling that you will like how it goes. I'm not 100% sure that it will go perfectly the first time. But the point of persuasion is to get better at it day by day. And I think that's what you can do.